Thank you very much, Joe. And the applause is very much merited. In first place going into playoffs, SK Game. Congratulations, Candy Panda and Rated. Amazing performance in this game. Let's quickly gloss over this game. I saw you hovering over the Blitzcrank. Did your team say, no, you can't play it?
Nah, it was just a troll.
It was just a troll. Then tell me what you did go for in this comp.
Well, we went for Leona, obviously, which worked very well. We just looked for a support that could engage, and it's all that offered it.
What confused me a little bit is that the Copenhagen Wolves, they banned out Lulu, and then they first locked in Jinx, who obviously doesn't have any escapes. Did you guys immediately think, oh, Svenskeren, we got to send you there, we got to send you there?
Svenskeren got to do what?
To send Skeren to gank Jinx, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know why they second picked Jinx. Maybe because they played it a lot, so they wanted to have it away from us. But like Lucian Leona versus Jinx Karma's, like whoever gets the better ganks, who wins the lane. And we had Eve. They Kha'Zix was also a good ganker, but their timings were off, and we are stronger in the 3v3, so we could beat them.
Yeah, a lot of teams have been struggling against Kha'Zix, but you guys just let us through, and it was no problem. Why was that?
We didn't feel like it was such a threat in this game. We just felt like the overall pressure that Eve provided would have been a lot more than Kha'Zix does. So with Leona on top, we just combated very well, and we just kept the ganking at the right timings, and that's all we needed.
Was that the key for you guys? Because sometimes we see you struggling in the early game. Obviously, you're great in that mid game. Was that the key? If Svenskeren does well for you guys in the early game, you're going to have the game, or?
Yeah, sure. It's always great to have a jungler that can make like early pressure. So that way we can transition into the mid game where our rotations are like really, really strong. So that's what we want to do.
Yeah, there's not a lot more to say about that game. You guys had a fantastic performance. That means you are locked in the first place. Candy, you've of course been with SK for a very long time, and it seems to me that even though SK hasn't had the longest winning streaks, they do seem the most consistent than they have been for maybe even a couple of years. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I mean, SK was... I mean, there were some periods where they were like not that strong, but overall, I think they were always in the top 5 of Europe, so that's fine. But it wasn't fine for me, so I'm really happy that we got the first place.
And obviously, a lot is to thank on your duo bot lane synergy, which is going extremely well. Can you tell me a little bit about how strong you think you are, and if you look in Europe going into the playoffs, how this has grown?
Well, I just feel like we have really good synergy in-game and outside of game as well. We are comparable persons, like in everything basically, so our relationship is really good, and we're able to adapt to everything the other one says and take critic as it is critic, and I feel like we're improving together, and that's the way to work.
Absolutely. And for you and Rated, obviously last year we were there with Fnatic, then you had a small break. How good do you feel that you are right now? How good does it feel for you personally to be in that first place in playoffs?
It feels very well. Every LCS split I've played, I was in first place.
So we're going to say it was all because of you.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's my team. My team does really well, and we were working hard for this. So we feel really relieved right now going into the next split, and ending up first right now going into playoffs is a really good, just really good overall.
Absolutely, but you guys still have playoffs where you have a lot to prove. Tell me a little bit, if you see the teams you're playing over the past few days, who do you think will be your biggest competitor? What will be the general threats going into those playoffs?
Well, I think we're actually better in playoffs. I think like the history has shown that we like better like best of 3s or best of 5s because we can adapt a lot. We have a lot of champions to adapt, and if someone pulls out something crazy, then we can pull out something crazy ourselves. So I think the players will be good, and if we prepare as well as we do now and put a little bit more effort for the week that's coming, I think we can do very good in playoffs as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Rated can always pull out something crazy. How do you think it will go?
Well, it's not only me. I think every one of us has something in their minds, and right now I feel like we're a very consistent team, and if we play our game, we will win.
Yeah, a lot of team spirit here. Congratulations once again, guys. Really fantastic performance. Now, as for us, we need to take a quick break, but when we return, it is time for another classic battle between Gambit and Fnatic. With playoff seeding on the line, this fight is sure to get